Hey guys, this video is all about the postpartum period. I'm going to talk about the postpartum care for healing your body and also a bit about postpartum emotions. I'll try to keep this concise. My strategy for this video is to have 5 sections. The first is general tips. The second is about Lokiya or postpartum bleeding. The following is about stitches, then about hemorrhoids, yay, and lastly about the postpartum emotions. For each of Lokiya, stitches, and hemorrhoids, I'm going to talk about what I expected and did not expect, my experience, and give you some tips for care. Tips. I recommend keeping 2 garbage pails beside your toilet. One for garbage and the second for postpartum healing supplies, because you don't want to be getting up all the time to go and get a pad or go and get whatever you need. So keep it just with you by the toilet. So in here I was keeping a peri bottle to help you clean after you pee or poop. 3 to 5 pairs of underwear. I didn't like having to get up and go get underwear and then come back every time I wanted to change a pad, so I just kept it beside the toilet, and that was way easier. I also kept loads of pads in this garbage can. I recommend the Always Infinity Overnight Super with wings. The Always Infinity pads are very, very thin and they absorb a lot of blood, and I don't wear pads usually, I just wear tampons, so having that pad recommended to me and trying it, I can tell you it's awesome. A hemorrhoid cream and a spray bottle with what's it called? Like postpartum healing spray. So that's what I recommend keeping in a pail beside the toilet. It'll just make your life a lot simpler when you don't want to be getting up. Let's talk about postpartum healing spray. I had read about this and I decided that I was going to make it. It's really easy to do. Essentially, you just need to put water and a 1/4 cup of witch hazel into a little spray bottle, and after you go to the bathroom, you can just spray yourself with it. If you want to get fancy, you can add a few drops of lavender essential oil and or a glob of aloe vera gel. Lokiya. Lokiya is postpartum bleeding, as you may already know. My Lokiya lasted for about 4 weeks. I'm 5.5 weeks postpartum now, and I still just wear like a panty liner, and that's it. Expectation. I expected postpartum bleeding to be terrible. I have PCOS and I usually have very late periods, and so I thought that the bleeding would just be off the charts crazy, but you know what, it actually wasn't that bad. But what I didn't expect was there to be a bit of an odor, which there is. My experience. Lokiya was exactly like having a heavy period for about 2.5 weeks for me. I did not have cramping with the Lokiya. It was just like the quantity was, and the color and the look was like a heavy period. And then after 2.5 weeks, I had another week of a light period, it looked like, and then after that I just wore panty liners, which I still wear now. So for care and tips, it's just like a heavy period. Just do what you would normally do for a heavy period. And for the odor, it's not that big of a deal, but I just wanted to indulge with an extra shower here and there. And I use the postpartum healing spray for keeping things like clean. But it also smelled really nice because mine had lavender oil in it. Stitches. My expectation for stitches was that I didn't want an episiotomy, and so I expected stitches to be absolutely terrible if I got them. But I did wind up getting a small episiotomy, which, without drugs, it didn't hurt. So, yeah, surprise. And it's not that bad. I didn't expect the stitches to heal as well as they have. I didn't know that stitches were dissolvable. I thought that you'd have to go back to the doctor's office and they'd take them out, and they're like, nope, they dissolve. So that's awesome. And I didn't expect that I would need to sit down differently with the stitches, because usually I sit cross-legged, but since having Sam, I just don't sit cross-legged. And when I sit down, I'm a lot more mindful of how I'm sitting. Experience. I had a small episiotomy, and like I can't I can't see it. I've tried with a hand mirror to see it, and I can't see where it was. The area where I had stitches, it feels like you're touching a plaid shirt. Like there's a bit of texture there that wasn't there before. Like I said, I stay comfortable as long as I don't cross my legs. For the first couple days, I took Tylenol and ibuprofen to avoid feeling pain, and I didn't really feel any pain. I just sat and walked more carefully. For the first week, I continued walking carefully. At 2 weeks, I took a look and things looked fine. I expected things to look scary, like Disneyland had been torn apart, but not a big deal. At about like 5 weeks, I felt like things were healed and we had a sexy time and no problem. But to be honest, I was really afraid to have sex after having Sam. Maybe I should talk about that really quickly, is that I expected sex to be really, really painful. I was terrified my stitches would rip, but yeah, we just took it slow and it was fine. Care and tips for stitches. Use the spray ball to clean your stitches area. I did not touch the stitches area except to just pat dry for the first week. And don't forget that, you know, you don't want to get poop on an open wound because, you know, infection, which is obvious, but it's good to have a reminder, right? And, you know, ask for help. If you need help getting up and down, just ask. Make sure you have people you can ask, even if you're an independent type. And most importantly, no dry weave pads. If you use a pad with a dry weave on the top, that can get stuck to your stitches. Yeah. Let's talk about hemorrhoids. Full disclosure, I did not want to get hemorrhoids, and I essentially just stuck my fingers in my ear, going la 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 la, like it just wouldn't happen. So I did not prepare to have hemorrhoids, and I didn't expect it at all. Things about hemorrhoids. I didn't expect it to hurt to poop. I didn't expect that I would feel so immature about it and just basically ignore that it's happening, which I've been doing. I didn't expect it to feel so uncomfortable to sit down when you have hemorrhoids. Experience. I was pushing with Sam for about 90 minutes and he was crowned for an hour. Like his head was there and you could see his hair and everything for a full hour. So yeah, hemorrhoids happened. I sat on a pillow for the first few days and pooping sucked for a few weeks. And yeah. Care and tips. Seriously, just eat lots of fruit and vegetables. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe like be more mature than I've been about it. I just don't like that it exists, and I'm not really doing much to care for it. I'm not really a good person to ask for advice. Maybe do some research in advance and get some hemorrhoid cream and learn how to use it. I have hemorrhoid cream that the hospital gave me, but I like never use it. Yeah. Overall, postpartum healing was not that bad. I did a lot of research ahead of time, and I think it paid off because I knew about Lokiya, I knew about stitches, I knew of hemorrhoids, even though I ignored the topic. But for the most part, I knew what to expect, and I knew that I'd need time to heal, and took the time to let myself do that. And then did smart things like putting all my stuff in a basket so I didn't have to get up or ask for help all the time. Yeah. Not so bad. Since you're watching my video, I'm guessing, and you're this far into it, I'm guessing that you're doing your research and it's going to pay off. It's really going to help.